Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. We're into October, we're on the 27th of October 2022. We are still obviously in League 2. We are sat at 12th place in the table. I've played a lot of games since the last episode, but more importantly some transfer business has happened. We've brought in 2 players and a couple of players have also left the club. First up to leave the club on loan is the man, the myth, the legend, Andy Faustin, the player who came in, I think, in the first season in January, who, let's face it, was a bit of a revelation for us for about 2 seasons. And then last season he wasn't very good at all. We've loaned him out to Bologna till the end of the season. We are still paying some of his wages, but not all of his wages. We're paying £2,400 a week. Still a lot of money, but he's out of contract at the end of the season. So that will be the last that we will have to play for Andy. It is also going to be the last we're going to see of Andy. He's already scored 3 goals in 9 games, though, in the Championnat de Nacional. And another big name player to leave is Wallace, the Brazilian, 24 years old now. He has signed for Pau on a free transfer. The main one here was to get rid of him off of the wage budget. He was getting paid about £3,500 a week. We've got rid of most of it. We are still paying £1,200 a week for the next 2 years of his contract. It's better than having £3,000 a week on our wage bill. So Wallace has left the club. He's playing in the Championnat de France National as well. Five games and 1 assist so far for Pau. First through the door then is Daniel Gerrits, a 19-year-old Belgian goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that we didn't need to sign because we've got Dylan Silva and Axel Maraval. But he is here nonetheless. Only 19 years old, he has 5-star potential ability, 2-star current ability as well. He's probably going to be on the bench because I'm going to try and shift on Axel Maraval in January. I found this guy basically, well, I say I found it, my scouts found him. He just kind of popped up and they went, he's alright, gave him a trial, 5-star potential, thought jump on that. So Daniel is in, getting paid £2,000 a week, but that is kind of the minimum that we can actually pay him. He's got a 4-year deal as well, so he's going to be here possibly until he's 23 at least. A player that we did need to sign was a central defender. Boris Zulciak is a German 17-year-old central defender. He can also play a little bit as a right-back. I'm not trusting that at all. He was released from FSV Frankfurt in the summer. We've managed to pick him up. Another player who basically, he turned up on my scout radar. I offered him a trial. They said he's 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. So he was brought in as soon as I could possibly do it. There is another player who is joining the club in January, and I will tell you him in a moment, and I need to explain myself before we get there. Basically, I was an idiot and thought we needed a left-back. That's point 1. We didn't need a left-back, we needed a right-back. I've also tried to sign him because of his nationality and the potential financial implications of signing somebody from that part of the world. He hasn't joined the club yet for some reason, I don't know why. And also, he might get called up for national service, which is always a concern. And he's not very good either. I thought he was better, but apparently he's not. Kim Hyun Jin. He is a South Korean left-back, not a right-back, he's a left-back. I don't think he's a terrible left-back at that. I think he's okay. He's a wing-back. If we go wing-back attack, which is what we actually play, he's got some decent numbers there. I mean, the dribbling and marking, not so great, but everything else seems okay. Off the ball maybe needs a bit of work. He is joining on the 1st of the 1st, 2023. And as I said, if we go information, he's not been called up for national service yet. I hope he doesn't. I don't want to just randomly lose one of my players to national service. But, you know, these things might suddenly happen in this game. Transfer business out of the way, let's talk about matches. First up then, Coupe de la Ligue action in the second round against Brest, a team that we've already played once this season, and drew. We end up beating them in the Coupe de la Ligue, thanks to Loic Piquion on 35 minutes. It was a fairly nondescript game. I mean, defensively, apparently, we were amazing. Back into the league and a point this time around against Valenciennes. A 1-1 draw. Levan Gvemradze with the goal for us just before half-time. Sloan Privat with the goal for Valenciennes. We were probably the better side, didn't make the most of our chances, but we did play some very good football. Katranis, Waha and Gvemradze all getting over a 7. Gideon Waha getting a 7.6. And then September happened. Now, September was not a good month for us. You'll see why. Starting with a game against Nancy, we lose 1-0. Zaradan Bello with the only goal of the game. Anthony Cura has his penalty saved from Dylan Silva, sending off as well for the Nancy central defender. and we couldn't beat a team with 10 men. We saved a penalty. It just wasn't very good, and the month just gets worse and worse as it goes on. Because up against Châteauroux, we lose 3-1 thanks to 2 penalties. Loic Piquion with the only goal of the game for us, but Mehdi Merkham with 1 goal for Châteauroux, and Bruno Francois twice from the penalty spot gives Châteauroux a nice, comfortable-looking victory. Adama JJJ was the guy who gave away both penalties. 2 of them. And I kept him on for 90 minutes, because we don't have any other defenders, really. In the middle of an awful September, we did manage to actually pick up 3 points against Ajaccio. It was a 3-2 victory here. Abdoulaye Sane with both the goals for Ajaccio, but Rodrigue Ella, Loic Piquion and Levan Gvimradze with the goals for us. We were not the better side. We had a lot more of the ball, but we were certainly not the better side. We basically got fortunate because their defence weren't playing very well. This was then followed up by a 3-0 defeat against Troyes. Osama El Kayari, the new gen, who is ridiculously good, scores a stupid amount of goals last season for Troyes, scores 2 goals in this match. Clement Michelin also with a goal. We were terrible, and Gideon Waha picked up an injury in this, and I don't think it's a good one. It's a torn hamstring. He's out for 2 to 7 weeks. Bear in mind, we've already played about 4 weeks since it happened, so he's been out for quite a while, and he is still out injured. It went from bad to worse up against Metz. At home, another 3-0 defeat. Lucimi Quezada, Habib Diallo and Regis Simon with the goals for Metz. We were shocking. I say shocking. We had a lot of shots. We couldn't score a goal. You see there, Gvimradze gets a 6.0. Leo Bernard 6.3. Babatori 6.4. We weren't very good when we had the ball. We had a lot of it and didn't do anything with it. Moving into October, and we return back to some half-decent standard of football. It was a draw against recently promoted Red Star. It was 2-2 in the end, but we were 2-0 down at half-time. Lenny Pintor and Frank Rivolia, maybe, with the goals for Red Star into the second half. Levan Gvimradze on 66 minutes, and then Bafana Dimitri gets his first goal of the season from the penalty spot off the bench on 74, salvaging a point for us. You might also notice in this match, we did change formation here. We went for a 5-2-3, I guess is probably what you call it. 3 central defenders, 2 wing-backs, 2 central midfielders, 2 wingers, and a striker. And it didn't really work because I'm pretty sure at 48 minutes, we reverted back to the diamond. And we definitely reverted back to the diamond for the Amiens game, which ended up in a 3-1 victory for us. Levan Gvimradze with 2 goals. Simon Bogle gets on the score sheet as well. Sean Maguire scores for Amiens on 50 minutes, but it didn't really make a difference. You can see there the average, or the ratings for some of our players were insane. Gvimradze on a 9.1, Bogle on a 9.0, Rayan Kaliad on an 8.5 as well, getting a rare appearance. We just played really well in this one. And we finished it off with a Coupe de la Ligue third round match up against Metz, a team that has literally just beaten us 3-0. It was 1-1 on the night. Habib Diallo with the goal for Metz, Levan Gvimradze with the goal for us. A Bafana Dimitri penalty was saved by the goalkeeper, so it went in 2 penalties, and we end up winning this one thanks to Vincent Till basically smashing his penalty over the bar. He didn't smash it over the bar, he smashed it straight at the keeper. What am I talking about? We end up going through 4-3 on penalties, and it was Catranis with the Man of the Match award, and also with the decisive penalty for us. So you're all caught up, you all know what's going on in the league then. We are 12th in the table, 16 points, 4 points above 18th place Bastia, who are one of the opponents in today's episode, so 4 points above the relegation zone. We are 6 points behind 5th place Metz, who are on 22 points, so we are bang smack in the middle of the table, like we were last season. Match number 1 of the episode then, 19th place Bastia now. We are playing on the Saturday, so there's been pretty much a full round of fixtures. We've dropped down to 13th place as well. It is still just 6 points between us and 5th place Metz. It is now 3 points between us and 18th place Quevely Rouen. The starting lineup we're going to go for then, it is going to be the 4-4-2 diamond. Dylan Silva will be the goalkeeper. Rayan Kaliad, the soon-to-be Brentford footballer, will be the right-back today. Boris Zulsiak will be getting his on-screen debut alongside Rodrigue Ella. Catranis will be the left-back. Elias, Simon Bogle, Sambu Sissoko and Yassin Fekir will be the midfield diamond, with Gvimradze and Loic Piquion as the 2 strikers. Between them, they've got 15 goals so far this season. Those 2 are starting to make a nice little partnership. I would have preferred it to be Gvimradze and Mushashvili, because Mushashvili is our player, and we might be able to sell him on, because he is currently wanted. He's sat on the bench, but he's wanted by Leeds and Amiens. He's the type of player that we can shift on with a 50% sell on as well at some point, and hopefully he turns into a very good footballer. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's play Bastia first, shall we? Bastia are the team that came up last season, I believe, after beating Concarneau in the promotion playoffs. So they are not terrible at football. They can beat Concarneau. Doesn't mean that they're this level of football. Obviously, being 19th place in the table means they're probably performing below where they want to be. This is very much the type of game that could go either way. These are the type of matches, like, we always seem to do, like, okay against teams, like, above us. It's teams below us is when we get destroyed by them. Katranis with the ball, plays it forward towards Piquion. Sissoko's going to get the clearance, so Katranis gets the ball back. Piquion on the left. Back to the Greek Katranis, Sissoko to Fekir, spins, goes for goal and puts it into the back of the net. Yasin Fekir makes it 1-0, his second of the season, 16 minutes on the clock. Let's hope it stays this way, because I really could do with 3 more points. That goal has moved us up to 19th place. The next match of this episode is against a team who are currently sat 18th place in the table, Quevely Ruin, so we might be getting 6 points from a possible 6 in this episode if things go our way. Silva's goal kick finds Zulsiak, the German forward. Long ball forward, actually, to Levan Gvimradze, one-on-one with the keeper. Smashes it at the keeper. The keeper makes a very good save, and we are going to have a corner. Usually, this would be Gideon Waha. Instead, it's Yasin Fekir. It's deep, it's cleared. Rodrigue Ella, number 5, gets the ball into the Brazilian Elias. Back to Rodrigue Ella, the centre-back. Crosses in, and we don't get to see what happens, apparently. Corner for Fekir to take. Zulsiak is there, and it's just over the bar from the young German. Half-time, it is looking pretty pedestrian for us, isn't it? 10 shots, 4 on target. Just the 1 goal to show for it. Bastia have yet to register a shot on target of their 4. I think second half, we're probably just going to carry on going the way we are. 10 minutes into the second half, not a lot is happening. Fekir with a free kick goes for goal from that distance. That was optimistic. I'm thinking we are going to do a couple of subs. Gvimradze or Piquion. Piquion off for Mushashvili. If we swap you two over, because Mushashvili is a better poacher. Bogle is not having a particularly good game today either, so Teddy Buriad's going to come on. We're playing well in places. Fekir is playing well. Katranis is playing well. Zulsiak's playing well. Everyone else is playing all right. Final 20 minutes, still nothing has really happened in the second half. Fekir's going to go for another long-range free kick, and this time he is wide of the post to the left-hand side. Bastia have yet to have a shot on target, and that worries me. We've got 5 minutes to play. We're going to do our final sub. We're going to do Fekir's going to get a lovely round of applause for Bafana Dimitri. That is more of a time-wasting sub. I probably should have gone for 3 central defenders. Renault with a corner. It's cleared by Sissoko. We've got 1 minute of injury time to play. Rode gets tackled by Bafana Dimitri. Now the Madagascan can run forward with the ball. Plays it across to Levan Gvimradze, the Georgian. Is he going to make it 2? He doesn't make it 2. The keeper makes a questionable save. We've got about 40 seconds, 30 seconds to play. Bafana Dimitri's corner, number 38. The Madagascan, which I just think is amazing that we've managed to find a half-decent Madagascan. Plays it back to Buriad. I was going to say Boufal. We're not Southampton. Also, he's not very good. He's not playing for Southampton. Dimitri Bafana again with the corner. Where is it going to go this time? We're over the 1 minute of injury time. Dimitri steps up. It's straight at the goalkeeper, but it is hopefully going to be the final action of the game, unless he smashes it into one of our players? Question mark? No, he kicks it over the halfway line. The full-time whistle goes. We pick up 3 easy points, I'd say, against Bastia. I'm going to give an aggressive team talk to the attackers. I'm not happy with your finishing, because they were not very good. He seemed to lose confidence. You got a 6.6, you got a 6.3. I mean, who else is it? Piquion should also get the aggressive one, because I'm not happy with you. I'm not pleased with what I saw from you tonight. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm ruining it for everyone. So round 14 of the fixtures is all but over. Ajaccio still have to play Ajaccio. Okay, so we've got the Ajaccio derby still to take place, so we might drop down a position if Ajaccio beat Gazilak Ajaccio. Are they AC? It's AC Ajaccio, isn't it? And Gazilak Ajaccio. Anyway, we're up to 9th place in the table, 3 points behind 5th place Metz. What happened to Metz? They lost to Amiens. Perfect. So, up next, Quevely Ruin, a team also in 18th place, down there at the wrong end of the table. This is another crucial game. 3 points here will put us on 22. And hopefully, I know it's still quite early on in the season, but hopefully we should be far enough away from the relegation battle that we're not going to be in the same position we were in last season. Before we get into the Quevely Ruin game, which is actually in 8 days, I've been doing something, a little bit of sort of sleuthing, I guess. We are not the only team to suffer this problem. So I've realised as well, fitness coaches, not having fitness coaches isn't a problem, because we're actually all right with fitness coaches. That's our best coaching ability alongside technical. It's the physio side of things. But if you look here, we are not even the worst at physiotherapy. Toulouse are. If we have a look at Toulouse, they don't have a single physio in their staff lineup at all. There are no physios here. So we are definitely not the only team suffering with this problem. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bug, because I'm thinking what happens is every every full-time contract in France in League 2 requires everyone to have a minimum salary of £1,900 a week. However, the fitness coaches and the staff and everything like that don't get their wages bumped up. So Toulouse probably can't offer physios £1,900 a week, like we can't offer physios £1,900 a week. So I think that's the problem, and it's a bug for every team. So annoyingly, I don't think I can really use it as an excuse, can I? Now this is huge, huge news. I have just signed Gideon Waha to a new contract. He's getting paid £6,500 per week. He was out of contract at the end of the season. He is by far my favourite player I think that we've signed. So I needed to tie him up on a new contract. He wanted £7,000 a week. I got him down to 6.5. He's got a 4-year deal as well. I still might sell him. In January, at the end of the season, he still might get sold, but now he's going to be worth a little bit more money if we are going to sell him. A couple more players have just signed some new deals. Oliver Demage has signed a new contract. He's actually getting paid £100 a week less as well, which is useful. And so has Yassin Fekir, and I think he's also getting paid slightly less, but I think he has a higher appearance fee, something like that. But I'm basically just trying to get the wage budget down, not my expenditure. I think the expenditure is kind of manageable. It's what we're spending on a guaranteed weekly basis that's the problem. Another day has passed and 3 more contracts have been signed. Vinny Cheese has signed an extension to his deal, getting paid less money. Sambu Sissoko, another player, signing a longer term deal, just 2 years on this guy, but he's also getting paid less money as well. And so has Northern Irish defender Paul Montgomery. He has signed another 4-year deal, getting paid less money. I'm slowly whittling away. I really need to get Paul Montgomery to play, because I think he's actually a decent footballer. He's just not really getting the chances at the moment. Match number 2 of the episode, match 15 of the League 2 season, 19th place Quevely Ruin. We are the last match of the match week to play, so we have dropped down to 10th place. We are, what is that? It's still 6 points. It's 6 points between us and Metz. I don't know why I'm always looking that direction. We should probably also look the other direction as well, because that is only 5 points. 5 points between us and Stade Reims. This is, realistically, this is a match that we probably should be winning, and I think we need to win it. If we win it, we'll move up to 7th place in the table, because we'd be on 22 points. That would be a nice place to end the episode, wouldn't it? The starting lineup we are going to go for today then. In goal is Dylan Silva, Rayan Kauliad, Boris Zolciak, Rodrigue Eller and Katranis will be the back four. Elias, Bogle, Sissoko and Fekir will be the midfield diamond. So far, we are exactly the same. Up front is where things change. Melvin Monet will partner Loic Piquion. So, a bit of news popped up, and I kind of didn't really read it properly, and it said, there is an international window going on right now. There's some international matches, but because we're in League 2, we're not that important. We are without both of our Georgian strikers. We are also without a couple of other players as well. Bafana Dimitri is one of them. There's a couple of other sort of more fringe players. Kanunan, I think, is one. So, yeah, we don't have any strikers. So, on the bench, you will see there's a guy called Reda Menad. He is rubbish. We've also got a guy called Titouine Diadone, maybe. He scored twice for the reserves. He's also rubbish. Adama Dajad JJ is on the bench, who, as I've mentioned before, he is good, but plays rubbish. So we need to hope that we don't need to do any subs. And if we do need to do subs, it's for like a Babatore, or a Baboy Traore, or a Teddy Buriad. If we need to go for a striker, This is our option. He's not terrible. He's also not very good. You can tell how bad they are. They don't have squad numbers. 35 and 45. There you go. The stupid thing is, because of the way that I play Football Manager, I'm now more inclined to bring on Dieudonné and Menad. Because they've never played for me before, and they might come on and be amazing. I mean, like, Caliad and Bernard and players like that who've been playing at that right-back spot have been really good, so why wouldn't a striker be amazing? I've just realised Quevly-Ruin have one of our players, Diego Alvarez, and he's playing as a central midfielder, which I think is technically his main position, but I thought there was rules where you're not allowed to play against your parent club, but apparently not. Corner for Fekir to take, 14 minutes on the clock, and Melvin, Mother Bloody Monet, Mother Bloody, that's a term, has made it 1-0 with a header from a corner. One of our youth prospects has scored a goal. I don't think he's as good as he originally was, but Melvin Monet has just scored his, I assume, his first ever goal. I can't remember whether he scored before. For Dunkerque as a second highlight almost instantly after the first one. Alvarez crosses it in. Our player, Alvarez. Diarra crosses it in this time. Denise is there. He's hit the bar, I think. And we've managed to get the ball clear. Papis Dembele, though, keeps it alive. Shabola, Dembele again. Quevly-Ruin plays it down the right-hand side. Diarra cannot get the ball, and that does end the highlight. Yep, Melvin Monet has never scored a goal officially for Dunkerque. He's scored some goals for the... that's awful. He's a striker. 2 goals in 28 games. That's awful. This, by the way, this is Melvin Monet. There's a reason why he doesn't score often. He's got 6 finishing. 10 minutes to play of the first half. There's a corner for Quevly-Ruin. Heinz with the ball. Keeps going. Dylan Silva makes a questionable save. It is going to be another corner for Quevly-Ruin. Number 7 steps up to take it again. Tutane towards the front post. It's cleared, but not very well on the first effort, but the second one does get it clear and finds our player, Diego Alvarez. Corner for Fekir just before half-time, and Elias, the Brazilian, has made it 2-0, his first ever goal for Dunkerque. 2 goals from corners. Fekir with both the assists because he takes corners. I don't think we've seen this many goals from corners since the days of Alan Varral. Because of those goals, we've moved up to 7th place in the table, and we have wiped out our goal difference. We are now on 0 goal difference as well, which is great because before we were doing pretty badly. No changes as we go into the second half. At some point, I think Melvin Monet will be coming off because he's on 74% condition and he's a little bit tired. That does mean Menad is probably going to be coming on, doesn't it? We are on the hour mark, and I'm thinking that Menad substitution might be happening sooner rather than later. Heinz with the ball forward. Tutane doesn't get the ball. It's cleared by Fekir. Melvin Monet. Where are you going, Dylan Silva? Monet with the ball, the striker. Back to the goalkeeper? No, this is a goal, isn't it? This is a goal. Papis Dembele has made it 2-1. All of that because basically Melvin Monet didn't want to pass to the goalkeeper. He should have just passed to the keeper. Silva could have smashed it clear. But no, he tries to do that. Oh, great. And Catranis is now injured. We don't have any left-backs at all. So, do we go... Oh, do we do it? Do we play this guy as a left-back? He's not even a right-back. He's not even good at anything, is he? Why is he even on the bench? Right, Catranis off. We're going to do Babatore. We're also going to do Reda Menad for Melvin Monet. He's 1-star natural poacher. You never know, he might score. We're now playing a very questionable lineup. It was questionable but to begin with. Fekir's corner. Is it going to be a third goal from a corner? Heinz doesn't get there. Bogle with the ball. Crosses in. Cleared. Diego Alvarez now. Forward to Papis Dembele. Plays it back to Diarra. Dunkerque putting the pressure on. Diarra plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Over the halfway line. Headed forward by Ella, but Alvarez gets the ball. Number 8. Boto now on the left. Heinz. Heinz has been a bit of a thorn on our side, I think, so far this game. Boto to Tutane. Heinz once again. Is he going to go down the left? Gets tackled. Keeps the ball somehow. Heinz keeps going. Is he going to slip a through ball? Goes for goal himself. Dylan Silva makes a save. It's going to be a corner with 20 minutes to play. Tutane's corner comes in, headed clear by Reda Menad. Papis Dembele goes for goal, hits Sissoko, who can now run onto it, and now the counter-attack is possibly on. Sissoko with the ball. What are you going to do? Tries to cross it in, hits it into one of their players, and it goes off for a corner, and Diego Alvarez has been substituted. 9 minutes to play. I was just about to do a sub to go 5 at the back. Diarra with the ball to Papis Dembele. across to Shibola. Long ball upfield. Donisa one-on-one with the keeper. Number 5 is behind him. And that is a spectacular tackle, who I think was Rodriguela. The corner comes in. Are we going to get it clear? How have we managed to do that? The ball hasn't gone in. It's crossed back in. Bogle can now run it clear for us. Are we going to counter-attack? Piquion's up there if he wants to use him. Piquion, the first time we've actually had to say his name all game, gets tackled by Diarra. We do win a throw-on. How have Quevely Ruin not scored there? It is time for us to go 5 at the back, because it's not going particularly well. It's going to be a Dama de JJ, isn't it? We're going to bring off Loic Piquion. And this is... we're not going to do too much going forward, are we? Goal kick for Quevely Ruin over the halfway line. It doesn't actually make it. Fekir to Bogle. Bogle's got Manad in front of him. Plays it across to Kaliad instead. Kicks it in to the Quevely Ruin player. Amari now. Boto. Hopefully, this isn't going to be a highlight for Quevely Ruin. Denisa, he's the only one there. He's got a player off to the right. And we've thrown away a 2-goal lead. We have 5 defenders. How were you unmarked? How were you possibly left unmarked? Looking at the match stats, Quevely Ruin have been the better side, but we have been undone by Papis Dembele. There's 10 seconds to play. This is most definitely 2 points dropped rather than 1 point gained. Dembele with the ball now on the right-hand side. The 95 is surpassed. The full-time whistle goes, and I am not happy with that performance. Yassin Fekir, spectacular. Our goalkeeper, for some reason, spectacular. Elias, spectacular. Even Melvin Manet getting on the score sheet. But everyone else, just average or worse. I'm going to give everyone an aggressive team talk. We're going to training tomorrow because, you know, we're away from home, so let's do an extra training session. We do still move up in the table slightly, up into 8th place. Our goal difference is back down to -2, though, once again. I think if we had a full-strength squad, we probably would have won that because we would have had a better striker, basically. We would have also probably hit... well, we would have had Gideon Waha as well if he wasn't out injured. So I'm trying to take the good from this. It's a point. It's better than not getting a point. 15 games in, 5 wins, 5 draws, 5 defeats. I guess that's okay. We're still 5 points behind Metz, though. Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. Katranis out for 3 to 4 weeks, and we don't have our Korean left-back yet. So we probably need to find ourselves a left-back to play for the next few games. We've got 2 options. Number 1, Samuli Kanunan. He is probably the best option, although as an attacking wing-back he's not great, but he's probably going to be the one playing it. Or we do have Asan Mbai, who played the final game of last season, I believe. He's not so good. He's not so good because he's not a left-back, basically. He's just really fast. Anyway, that is a problem for me, because by the time we come back, we are going to be the other side of the January transfer window. I'm trying to get through this season as quick as possible, because, once again, this is a transitional season. I cannot see us actually getting anywhere in this table. If something really exciting happens in between, we might come back sooner, but I'm going to aim for Valencians and Nancy. Nancy is 2nd, Valencians currently 9th as well. Hopefully, when we come back, we're no lower than 8th. Hopefully, we're higher. Hopefully, we're pushing and we're knocking on the door of the playoffs, and not the other way round, where we're almost getting relegated like last season. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back next time with the January transfer window, and hopefully we're doing okay in the league.